Hello and welcome back to Heads Will Roll Reforged. And, well, I think you should probably take a look at this first. Oh, wow, barrage. Oh, that's insane. Do you think I can kill him? Do you think I can kill him with a 63% chance? Or should I go for the limbs? Is it bad to go for the limbs? I think I should go for the head, right? Okay, let's go for the head. You know what? Wait a minute. I just want to check something real fast because I don't think offensive stance has any impact on this. No, it doesn't, as you can quite clearly tell. So generally, I would be able to hit if I would be able to hit 100% of the time if I hit his limbs, but I would do significantly less damage, and that's if I'm going to hit at all if I do hit the head. So now I'm in a quandary because I have no idea. Let's do it, I guess. Okay. That is actually pretty bad. We hit twice, didn't we? We hit twice or 3 times or something like that. That was it. And we had a 63% chance. So, in actual fact, that was not that good. But is he gonna die from this? Highly unlikely, right? Highly unlikely. There's no way. I could try to do a pommel strike on him, but that's absolutely impossible, I think. Oh, success? Are you serious? No, he hit me. Okay. Oh, I did it! Oh, I actually did it. Okay, unfortunately, I actually skipped a little bit of it, but there we go. This is new dialogue, though. What the hell, Andreas? I don't remember telling you to do a goddamn thing. I had the bastard. You look like you were in danger, boss. In danger? I was just playing with him. I haven't even drawn my second blade. It was amusing to see my own blood again. It's been a while. I was just looking after you, boss. We still have a lot of work ahead of us, remember? Alright, so there you go. Completely new scene. And Ruffin calms down and resumes his composed demeanor. Having asked your men if any of them still wish to voice any grievances and receiving no response, Ruffin, shrugging his shoulders, turns around and walks away in the company of his comrades. As he walks past you, he slows down for a second and whispers, "Welcome to war, son." And now we're back with the new DLC installed. It is called Threads of Fate, I believe. Let me actually just make sure. No, Threads of Destiny. Sorry, my bad. It is called Threads of Destiny. It is available right now for 15% off. I actually purchased it myself. And there's a link in the description if you want to check out the game in general. And I love this game. This is one of those games that I really like to play, and I really just want to continue playing it all the time. Anyway, this is a completely new character that I was working on months and months ago, and I've just installed the DLC, like I said, and we have a bunch of new stuff to take a look at. And you can see here that this is where we have to assassinate Desroches. Obviously, if you don't know anything about this game, I would highly recommend checking the description. There is a massive playlist of about 70 episodes where I play through the game multiple times with all kinds of different routes, all kinds of different builds, and we have an absolutely whale of a time. Just super, super fun. And I would highly recommend starting there because that's where I don't really know what I'm doing, and it kind of just progresses from there, and eventually we become an absolute monster, and we're just absolutely destroying everyone. Well, for the most part, because eventually you do end up dying sometimes. Anyway, as you can see here, taking into account the distance to cover and the speed of the wind, you realize that a successful shot will require singular skill with a crossbow. You'll need 10 points of crossbow skill to have a chance to hit the target, and 15 points to guarantee a hit. Prepare to fire. You must have a loaded crossbow to shoot. Hiding early in the morning at one of the embrasures of the Falcon Tower, you look out for Sire William, who is about to appear on a hillock near the camp. After a few long minutes of waiting, you notice a stately horseman leisurely circling the perimeter of the French camp. taking into account the distance to cover and the speed of the wind. You realize that a successful shot, yes. Okay, this is kind of weird because I actually do have a crossbow. As you can see right here, I have a mechanical crossbow, which is extremely rare. It's something that you get from, well, what are their names again? Dawn and Glory or something like that? I can't remember the name now, but whatever the case, we need a regular crossbow by the looks of things. We need a regular crossbow, so I need to try and find one. That's going to be a little bit annoying, isn't it? Yes, that is going to be a little bit annoying. So let's just re-roll a little bit here. There we go. There's light crossbow's not good enough. A light crossbow will not make the distance, as far as I'm aware. Regular crossbow? Regular crossbow is probably going to be okay. So let's just do that, buy that. I have huge amounts of money, by the way. Obviously, as you might expect, we are, I in my infinite wisdom beforehand, was actually doing a really, really good job before. Nowadays, I'm not entirely sure if I really remember how to play this game. But I am very much looking forward to playing this again. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so you cannot equip a loaded crossbow. Oh, can I uninstall that? There we go. Unequip it. There we go. All right, fantastic. There we are. Okay, so now what we could do is we could just equip, load the bolt. There we have it. All right. So now we should be able to do it, right? We should be able to, right? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Prepare to fire. Throwing up the crossbow and ensconcing with it at the embrasure, you closely follow the movements of the rider below, tracking the trajectory of his movement. Distance to the target, deflection, correction for the wind. In a few short seconds, a lot of thoughts and calculations rush through your head. When the rider once again makes a small stop to look around, you let go of the bowstring, sending the bolt at your target with a whistle. Your calculations turn out to be perfect. The shot pierces the rider and sends him off his horse. Crossbow skill and luck, success. Kicking up a cloud of dust, he rolls down the hill to the French tents. It is done. Before descending from the tower, you pause for a short while to observe the enemy camp, which is rapidly plunging into a grand commotion. When you report on your mission to Northampton, he takes your success for granted, stating that he didn't expect anything less from you, and our reputation is increased by 10, 75 florins received. As he sends you on your way, he promises to personally deliver the good news to the prince. He further notes that this one fortunate shot may have just turned the tide of a campaign that had seemed lost. And we got experience for completing the quest as well. Very nice indeed. Okay, so as you can see, I'm actually toxic right now, so we probably want to go to the physician and actually just cleanse ourselves a little bit here. Alright, so as you can see, we can talk to Cecilia a little bit here. We can help Bartholomew if we want to do that. Generally, I have actually done his quest already, so I don't... not sure if it's really necessary for me to do this again. Because I do have one thing in mind for this particular character, and that is just to become as strong as possible with pretty much everything. By the way, the new DLC adds so many new things, and I don't even know how to really cover it all. But basically, it adds a significant amount of, let me see if I can actually find it. There we go, civic talents. So it adds and changes a bunch of civic talents, right? So we've got huge amounts of extra stuff. Like, for example, we have Haggler here. That's I think that's different as far as I'm aware. Colossus has changed. Colossus has changed. You have, what is the other thing? Acrobat. Acrobat is also a new thing as far as I'm aware. And yeah, there's a bunch of reworks about quite a few of these civic talents, so you do have to be a little bit more choosy about what's going on with all that stuff, and I actually really like that. I like that a great deal. Okay, so let's unequip this crossbow. Let's equip the mechanical crossbow once again, install this. Bear in mind that this has durability as well, by the way, so you need a specific amount of crossbow skill to even be able to use it, you know. So it is it's a pretty hefty amount, by the way, a pretty hefty amount of crossbow skill that you need. Anyway, let's just equip this, equip that. I have some liquid death here as well if we need it. Might be a little bit too harsh. Yes, just a little bit. Okay,
So we should probably be doing a little bit of training with melee weapons. Let's get some endurance as well. Let's visit the bath. Ooh, wait a minute. Bathhouse. Okay. The bathhouse has been nerfed. From what I remember, the bathhouse used to give us an immediate 100% regeneration, but it doesn't do that anymore by the looks of things. Okay, that's actually fine. I really don't mind that. Did it used to give us 100%, or am I misremembering? I don't know. That's the funny thing. I have no idea. Anyway, let's just take a look at our quests real fast, just to make sure. Ruffin did actually escape, of course. Medicine shortage, find places near Cambrai that can be looted. Lambert Estate, we could do that. We could do scavenging. I don't actually want to do any of that other stuff. Actually, maybe we do, actually. Maybe there is actually something that we want to do. Let's go to the Lambert Estate and actually talk to Evo real fast. Yes, they have escaped the looting and burning, and we got a relation increase with her. And we got a little bit of experience as well. And we got this. This has been buffed, I think. I think this has been buffed because this gives us +2 now instead of, was it +1 before? I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, the surviving residents spoke of a band of English cutthroats. I know who they were talking about. I arrived too late, so the villains were able to get away. However, I know who was behind this, and I will make sure that man will be punished. Says a guy called Sir Happy. Yes. I know. Alright, so you can obviously trade with her and all that wonderful stuff if you want to. I personally don't think so. I could sell that particular crossbow, of course, but not really necessary. Alright, so yeah, I think we can just train. I think we can basically just continue training. Shall we go for more crossbow skill? That's the question. Why not? Let's get more agility. I think it's going to be pretty important for us. Several months into the campaign... Your habit of looting the bodies of slain enemies for anything even remotely useful becomes widely known among your comrades. The fact that you always get the best spoils does not sit well with many of them. On one occasion, a group of half a dozen approaches you in camp, eager to have a talk with you. Surrounding you from all sides, they give you a friendly pat on the shoulder and remind you that war is a team effort, and since one soldier cannot win a battle alone, one should not claim all the loot for themselves. Thus, they conclude that it would be greatly appreciated if you recognize their contributions and, just as God decreed, shared some of your wealth. Sure, let's do it. Well, that was easy. Only for 100 florins, that's not too bad. And supply disruptions adversely impact our health and we lose a bunch of stats, but from my perspective, that does not matter. I do not mind one bit about that. I am okay with it. Let's go for some more melee skill, I guess. And let's just go for this. And yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of an issue here potentially. Yeah, virtue fail, that's obviously fine. That usually happens. We don't really have to worry about that. We really do need to get more melee skill though, I think, because this is one of the things that I feel we're probably going to have issues with quite a bit, actually. And here we go. I got another talent point. So I'm currently using a claymore. Not sure if that's particularly good, but yeah, that's what I'm using. Okay, lowers the stamina consumption. Yeah, I'm going to go for lowering the stamina consumption. That sounds pretty good to me. Shortly after the murder of William de Roche, the Earl summons you to his place. Expecting to get praised, you're very surprised to find the Earl and the Prince very annoyed. Aha, okay, so basically, the events go relatively similarly to how it went before. So, that's even if you get someone else to shoot him. Yes, he's alive. Okay, sent the best doctors from Paris. The wound is serious, but not fatal. Yes, personally, I assume the fact that we even managed to hit the target to be a miracle in itself, given the distance and difficulty of the shot. Yes, there we go. Okay, so, yeah, in other words, we're going to have to do something about that. But here's the cool thing. The new DLC, right? The new DLC actually makes it so that you can join the French. Yes, yes. You can actually join the French. And there's a number of other things that you can do as well. For example, you know, those assassins that we saw in the French mercenary, I think, yeah, the French mercenary route, you can join them now. You can join those assassins, and you can do that route as well. And then there is another route that has also been added that is where you are vying for the crown yourself. So if you want to become king, then you can do that too, which I think is very cool. I like that. So yeah, anyway, so we are going to have to attack the French camp. Yes, you will lead your people to the camp to find and kill Desroches. I am actually not gonna. I'm not gonna kill him. I'm not gonna kill him because I want to see whether we can join the French. That's what we're gonna do in this particular playthrough. I'm gonna see whether I can actually make this work. I personally feel like this will probably not work for me because I'm generally one of those people that it just never usually works for me very well. But you know, I'm intrigued. Okay, I'm intrigued about it, and we're gonna see how it goes. Okay, so I'm currently using these trinkets right now, and I don't actually have a third trinket, which is kind of funny. I'm not entirely sure why I don't have a third trinket, but yeah, a bit strange, isn't it? Ooh, works for both melee and ranged attacks. The skull ring. I might want to get the skull ring actually, even though it is. I'm not really a crit based build right now, so I don't know. Should I literally just get that? Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna get it. Why not? Why not? I think that sounds pretty fun. There we go. I mean, I like the skull ring a great deal. I think it's probably one of the best trinkets in the entire game, if you go for a critical based build, of course. Anyway, yeah, so here we go. Now we need to assassinate him by going into the French camp. And I'm just going to check my character real fast. So we are using, obviously, personally crafted armor, a personally crafted headpiece, and then obviously random other stuff. I have all of these bolts equipped currently, which is very, very nice. And unfortunate for me, but I don't actually have the trinket that allows you to penetrate and avoid enemy shields. So that's going to be a big problem. But let's try it out. As you prepare to carry out another insane plan made by the Earl and the Prince, you can't get rid of the thought that this whole venture is simply a suicide mission. Alright, so let's do it. Here we go. So this is going to be our first battle in a long time. And I'm not sure if I remember how to actually even do the battles, but I'm assuming it will come back to me relatively... Yes, okay, it has come back to me relatively quickly right here. So basically you can use your crossbow if you so desire. I am not going to be using my crossbow in pretty much any of these fights, with the exception of really tough enemies. I don't see the point in using it otherwise. So here we go. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. I see, yes. So, another thing that the DLC and the update has indeed done is that it actually changes a number of weapons, and it also adds new weapons and does all kinds of other things. It changes a lot of weapon movesets and stuff like that, and I obviously don't know the full extent of what it's done. I haven't looked at the patch notes or anything like that. I just had a brief skim of everything. I was just too excited to start playing, so I just got into it. Anyway, let's just see. Drains enemy stamina and has a chance to stun. That sounds pretty good. Attack damage is amplified by half of your strength. That's pretty cool too. Shield breaking attack. I don't need a shield breaking attack. I think I'm going to go for the pommel strike on this guy. There we go. We knocked him down. He got stunned. Perfect. That's actually wonderful. No, don't. Are you serious right now? Who are you? Who are you, sir? English soldier. Random English soldier. I really wish that they would actually just do their jobs, you know, because he literally, you know what he just did? He basically just wasted that entire turn for no reason. Anyway, we'll just hit this guy in the neck and hopefully kill him. Yeah, it's gonna be, yeah. I don't know what it is about these guys, but they're always really funny, aren't they? They're always super funny about this. Okay, let's go defensive stance and just recover a little bit. Obviously, my stats are not exactly great because I've actually been pumping a lot of attribute points, a lot of training points into crossbow skill. And that's obviously a pretty big deal, right? You know, that's a pretty big deal. I'm going to use respite a little bit here as well. There we go. Oh, fatigue double recovery? Oh, what? How did I get double recovery from that? Oh, okay. There must be something that provides me with double recovery that I don't really know about at the moment. So it's going to be really interesting to find out that kind of stuff. I really wish that I had avoided that guy's shield. Let's try again. Oh, are you serious? Wow. Okay. Yeah, we're getting pretty unlucky with this. I actually wonder how long I even have. I don't think I have that long at all. So I'm thinking I'm going to need to be a bit quicker than this. Let's try and split his shield then, I guess. Okay, his shield's gone. I really wish my friend would actually do something, because he is being absolutely and utterly useless, as you might expect. But, you know, it happens. It happens. Okay, let's... I'm going to use Culling Strike. Let's see if we can actually do something here. There we go. Nice damage. Nice damage. And is he actually going to stun him? No, he did knock him down, which means that his turn was consumed with him actually regenerating a little bit. So that's not too bad. Not too bad. And let's just take him out. There we go. Not too bad. Okay, so I actually don't need potentially to loot the bodies, so I'm actually just gonna rest and recover my fatigue because I'm still a little bit rusty when it comes to playing this game. So let's just take it a little bit careful here, alright? Okay, here we go. Okay, so I know what we're gonna do here. We're gonna sneak into the tent, and we are going to have a dagger thrust towards us. And that dagger is held by none other than Eva herself, as you can see right here. And yes, what we're going to do, yeah, Darosh is her father, by the way. Spoilers, if you haven't seen the previous series, then you knew what you were getting into, right? You knew what you were getting into. So anyway, we are going to obviously go forward here, and we are going to make the decision to leave Darosh alive. And I'm going to do this because I want to see exactly what happens. Because if we go, because here's the thing, yeah? If we go, we have, basically, if we don't go with the prince and the earl, and we go to the French mercenary route, the French mercenary route allows us to potentially join the assassins. And if we let Darosh live, then we may have the potential to join the French as well. I don't know how that actually works, just bear that in mind. I don't actually know how the routes work or how to get there or anything like that. I'm just trying things out and seeing whether it works. There is obviously a way to become king, like I said, that has been added in this DLC. And as far as I can tell, or as far as I know, you're probably going to have to do the noble route initially to be able to do that. And then you just have to try to... backstab everyone and kill them all. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's spare him. There you go. Let's spare him. Realizing well that you would most definitely regret it more than once, you lower your sword and take a step back. Okay, there we go. Virtue increased and all that stuff. She tries to hug you, but the loud noise from the outside sobers you up. And so, after throwing a farewell glance at her, you rush away. You tell your comrades that Darosh was not in the tent, and instead of him, there was some other noble doofus. The information received from the spies turned out to be incorrect. Okay. Obviously, this is where you are probably going to have some issues with getting to the noble route, because you do need extremely high relation to be able to pass those checks. But I personally don't mind. I think I'm doing okay. You know, I'm doing all right here. So let's see what else we want to get. I'm going to go for critical chance. Yes, critical chance. No, I'm going to go for critical strike here. Thank you very much. Critical strike, critical chance, whatever you want. And yes, I think we're looking pretty good right now. We're looking pretty good. I am fully regenerated. So now I can train almost instantaneously, which is obviously fantastic. So I'm thinking we're going to just train a little bit of agility here. And we'll go to the bathhouse. And I'm pretty sure, due to my reputations and so on and so forth, I'm pretty sure I am going to go through the French mercenary route. I don't think I'm going to get the ability to surrender to the French potentially. I'm not sure how that's going to go. Let's just see, shall we? Let's just see. I'm kind of intrigued about it, so let's find out. I'm gonna just do this. We have to be a little bit careful here because the time is indeed going. And I believe I can probably head in here one more time. Let's see if there's anything that I really badly want to get before we leave. Is there? So I could buy some strong ale, I suppose. Strong ale is pretty good. And yeah, we're basically done. So there you go. All right. I didn't even have to use my crossbow, hilariously enough. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but yeah. Anything else? Do we want anything else? Medicine? Yeah. Buy some medicine. Why not? Oh, really? Okay. The messenger. Yeah, that's obviously a pretty nice crossbow as far as I'm aware. Is there anything else here? No, I don't really want that. 4 agility is quite nice, but it's not really something I care about a great deal. No. Oh, really? What? Why can we? Okay, me going into the marketplace is supposed to actually drain some time, but apparently it is not. Because I think it drains it like once every 3 times or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember now, but yeah, there you go. That is indeed happening. Oh, what about this? Item capacity? No, I don't really need that. There we go. All right, so let's continue. Failing to kill him. There we go. Yes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have an attack. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have an attack here. Oh no, never mind. A formal truce was concluded shortly thereafter, ceasing active fighting. The siege had not yet been uplifted really, but high-ranking English commanders and knights as well as their retinues were allowed to move freely through the town gates in and out. Okay. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, this is the time. This is the time. Yes. This is absolutely perfect. Among the 50 noblemen of both sides who were to accompany the 2 sovereigns, naturally there was the Earl, who the king entrusted to muster bodyguards from his troop for this undertaking. You were chosen among the other soldiers. The royal hunt looks surprisingly just like a regular one, reminding you of the times your father would take you along on them. The only difference is that you and your father had never decided the fate of the entire continent while stalking a boar. In the constant commotion around you, you keep spotting familiar faces among the noblemen covered in silk and gold. Just ahead is the prince, who is accompanying the kings. The kings, it looks like, are more thrilled by the hunt than the tiny legal details of the peace agreement. Okay, so we're just going to go forward here because we know what's going to happen kind of a little bit here, and there is, as you could see, an assassination. Sobered by this unexpected sight, you jump to your feet even, just to find yourself in the middle of the mayhem. Around you is the most confusing fight you have ever witnessed. Only with great difficulty can you tell apart likely allies from likely foes. Both Earl Northampton and Prince Edward are nowhere to be seen, and the only at least somewhat familiar face belongs to Count Canterbury, who, surrounded by a bunch of his men, is fighting with the bodyguards of the French king. Having finally distinguished friends from foes, you immediately join the battle. Alright, so here we go. Bear in mind, I'm actually kind of unsure whether I can even do a different route with a current save, or whether I need to actually create a new save. So just bear that in mind. So it may very well be that I might have to do something with that. However, that's absolutely fine, because what I'm going to do is I will then do the French mercenary route, and then I will attempt to do one of the other routes that we haven't yet done in the other. In my first playthrough, basically. So what we're going to do here is we are going to probably just do a pommel strike, I think. I think that sounds like a pretty good idea. I like the pommel strike quite a bit, actually. I actually think that the Claymore didn't have the pommel strike beforehand, and maybe it has it now, but whatever the case, that's a nice hit, if ever I saw one. Very, very good. And he's using a water skin. Oh, okay, that's rather interesting. Okay. Very, very surprising. Okay, well, I could basically just hit him in the head now and he's dead. Yes, there we go. Not too bad. Is that it? No, we're getting another enemy, of course. Okay, yeah, we're going to have to be a little bit careful here now, though. So basically, managing my stamina is definitely the way to go. So I am just going to be a little bit more careful about that. Let's use respite a bit more here. Yeah, so apparently, yeah, as you can see, double recovery. There is a chance that you can get double recovery with respite if you have a good amount of, I'm going to assume, endurance. I'm going to assume that's the thing that is actually helping me there. Let's go for the neck. Nice hit. Was kind of hoping for a little bit of a bleed there, but you know how it is. Yeah, you don't really get that lucky most of the time. But there we go. He's dead. Nice. Okay, do I loot the bodies? Do I loot the bodies? Sure. I'll loot the bodies this time. Why not? Okay, this is good. Cross pendants, kind of terrible. Yeah, I guess I'll just loot this as well, and that's pretty much it. I don't want to loot anything else. Okay, so prepare for another battle. Here we go. So these guys are going to be more difficult, obviously, as you might expect. This guy doesn't have a shield or anything like that, so I will just go for a pommel strike. 76% chance. Not really great, but going to have to be good enough. Ooh, he tried to shoot me. How dare you, sir? Okay, yeah, I will actually just go for the neck. Nice. Ooh, he's actually hitting me. Oh, he actually hit me. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that. Oh, why am I winded all of a sudden? Why am I hugely winded? What actually happened right there? Okay, I didn't think I was using anything particularly expensive, but maybe I was, and I didn't realize it. He's dead because of the critical strike. Yeah, that was fantastic. With your assistance, Count Canterbury's men managed to kill the French warriors in the bloody battle. I'm gonna search them again, I guess. Night braces. Oh, that's pretty good. Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, these are pretty nice. These are pretty nice. We can always sell these. Emboldened by this victory, some of the Allies rush in pursuit of the retreating French. Sensing the opportunity of snatching some valuable loot and captives who could be ransomed for quite a hefty profit, you consider joining the chase. Ooh. I think this is new. Let's set off in pursuit. Ooh, here we go. You join the chase and soon notice a knight in ornate armor among the retreating troops who, judging by the way he moves, is seriously wounded and has to lean on an assisting squire's shoulder. You catch up with them and knock the knight down with a blow from behind, intending to, after quickly disposing of the squire, declare him your prisoner. Alright, okay, this is going to be interesting. Okay, I think this is I think this is new. I think this is a new, definitely seems like a new encounter that we're having here. Okay, I'm going to hit the French noble, and we're going to just, yeah, just hit his limbs, I guess. Okay, yeah, because he's currently stunned for 2 turns, which is actually remarkably good. Gonna go for the limbs again. Critical strike, he's dead. Alright, there you go. Having received another injury, the knight sinks to the ground and asks for mercy with a hand sign. Ooh. Oh, this is cool. I'm gonna spare him. You decide to spare the knight and are just about to announce him your prisoner. However, the squire, whose existence you have forgotten for a second, takes advantage of your oversight and delivers a heavy strike to your head that makes your eyes go dark. So in other words, I should have killed the squire first. You regain consciousness in French captivity. You spend the following day in the cold and dark of a solitary cell. So did I make a mistake right there? I think so. Maybe. Oh, this is new. Oh, this is new. Okay, I'm excited. I am very excited right here. Well, hello there, Sir Happy. I don't know why he sounds like this, because he's technically supposed to be French, isn't he? I don't know, I guess so. Anyway, I see no point in introducing myself since you already know me. Looks like you're doing quite well for yourself here at the expense of the French crown. A free roof over your head, security, the meals here, I suppose, not that great, but as they say, beggars can't be choosers. I am no beggar. Beggar or no beggar, that I cannot know. What is certain, however, is that you are a lousy assassin. Humanly speaking, I even feel sorry for Northampton. You get a rare opportunity to finally dispose of your old enemy, devise a scheme, and send a trusted man to do the job. And that trusted man drops the sword at the last moment, ruining all your plans. The old fox must have been furious. You sound as if you're not happy about staying alive. One cannot escape death. It cannot be cheated, nor can it be postponed. Those destined to drown will not perish by an assassin's dagger, and those destined to fall on the battlefield will not die from poisoned wine. Each of us will meet his own end, and that end is known. All that, however, does not change the fact that you really are a shitty executor of orders. And if your unsuccessful attempt on my life was the only episode of your biography known to me, your fate would be of little interest to me. And yet, firstly, I am aware of the circumstances under which you were taken prisoner. The knight you fought in the forest is called Tristan of Clermont. I have seen him in battle many times, and know him to be a great warrior, and yet you not only defeated him, but also spared him, thusly demonstrating your worthy character twice. Ooh, I knew that was going to come into it, right? All right, that's fantastic. That's really nice. Tristan, by the way, has returned the favor. His men wanted to kill you on the spot, but he ordered to keep you alive. Chivalry begets chivalry. If you ever meet him again, don't forget to say thanks. But back to you. Covertly infiltrating the enemy's lair, fighting bravely on the battlefield, challenging a formidable knight, even though a wounded one. These are all signs of remarkable courage. I respect courageous people. Courage is the only character trait that cannot be faked. You're either willing to risk your life or you're not. Typically, people prefer either cloak and dagger or plate armor and sword. Few people are ready to try on both. Fewer still can do it effectively. All this, therefore, turns you from a common loser hitman into a rather valuable person. And that's where the second factor comes into play. Your relationship with my daughter. Before we proceed with this conversation, I would like to hear the answer to a simple question. How serious are your intentions regarding Eva? Fairly serious. I realize that I am not your daughter's match in status, but I am prepared to work tirelessly until I have your blessing for this marriage. Those are quite large ambitions for a lowly peasant. In any other situation, I would order you to be tortured half to death, then have your head chopped off and thrown into the nearest ditch. However, in light of all the recent developments, I'm going to do things differently this time. Eva's character and nature are well known to me, for it was I who gave her an upbringing and instilled in her the exact set of traits and qualities that I believed were right and decent. And the fact that she chose you tells me more than years of irreproachable service would say. And your refusal to take my life, along with your valor on the battlefield, only confirms it. I'm surrounded by many decent people I can rely on, but the reality is that behind each of them stands a certain house, clan, or family, and their unconditional loyalty can be counted on only as long as their personal interests are not affected. And that's a major caveat for my current affairs. Very major. You're a blank slate, an outsider in these lands. You're loyal only to Eva, which means you're loyal only to me. I need a man like you. I'm offering you a position as my bodyguard. I have already sworn fealty to the King of England and Earl Northampton. The King of England is dead. As for Northampton, his envoys have already arrived here to discuss the return of several captured noble knights and warriors, and you weren't present in their list. The realization that after getting captured you instantly became unwanted and forgotten wounds your pride as a sharp sting. However, had you not failed to kill Desroches, not only would you not be talking to him now, but you'd probably also be on much better terms with Northampton. And this is obviously, if you haven't played this game before, this is basically a hint, right? This is a hint basically going, hey, you know what? If you killed this guy that we have in front of us right here, then you'd probably be okay, because Northampton would probably be getting you out of jail right now. I've known him for a long while, and I understand his way of thinking. You're a valuable man to him, just not the most valuable. Maybe you will become such in the future, but right now you are who you are. Meaning, nobody. And I am offering you a chance to become somebody. Yes, we're going to agree. It doesn't look like I have a lot of options. I accept. The right choice. Let's go. I'll order the guards to return your belongings. Welcome to the French King's service. After releasing you from imprisonment, Desroches orders his men to accommodate you near his place in the French camp, and also to provide you with a meal. a hot bowl of chowder and a soft plank bed in a warm tent with which you spend the evening and night seem more precious to you than any gold after being wounded and captured. At Desroches' request, you're given a rank and a salary. You've received the rank of Esquire. And here we go. We have now entered Interlude, a new beginning. And we've received a salary in accordance with our rank, and obviously bonus payment in accordance with our prestige level. And this is the new route. This is one of the new routes that wasn't available before, thanks to the DLC. So if you want to experience this route, you do have to purchase the DLC first. It is, as I say, 15% off right now, and you can actually get the base game discounted heavily as well. You can get the base game very, very cheaply right now. So highly recommended. I love this game. I think this is obviously one of my favorite games that I've played in the last few years, and it's just absolutely wonderful. Threads of Destiny DLC is now out, and I want to play this. Okay, I want to play this more. So if you want to see more, you know what to do. Just I really don't like saying these things, but if you want to see more, please just hit that like button and do all the commenting stuff and all the wonderful things. I don't really like saying that stuff usually, but if you really want to see stuff come back and more of it, then that's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. So I thank you very much for watching, and just as a reminder, there is a playlist of my previous adventures in Heads Will Roll Reforged in the description as well. I'll see you next time.